Anticipating might be too strong of a word for this. It's more like hesitantly optimistic. Hi, my name is Adriana, and today I'm going to go over my anticipated releases for the second half of 2022. I did another anticipated releases video back in December or January, I can't quite remember, but obviously since then I've discovered new books, found new things, gotten excited about different things, and I want to talk about them. Some of the books that I mentioned the first go around when I did this video have yet to come out. So I will list those over here. I don't quite remember what they were, but I know some of them haven't come out yet. If you want to listen to why I'm excited about these books or know anything more about these books, go check out my last video. I won't be talking about them here because I already talked about them before. Before I jump into new releases, please consider liking and commenting on this video and subscribing to my channel if you like bookish things. The first anticipated release I want to talk about doesn't really make sense for me to be anticipating it because it's the third in a series that I have never read, and it is by an author I have never read. But that is The Choice by Nora Roberts, the third in the Dragonheart Legacy series. And I am anticipating this for a couple reasons. My mom has given me the first two books, so I don't own them, but I have the first two books at my disposal, and I am planning to binge the series when the third one comes out. So I am excited to jump into it because I really want to dive into this world and binge a cool new fantasy series. Nora Roberts is a pretty tried and true author. She's written everything, ever. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed by anticipating this release. I don't know if I said this, it comes out in November. The next book I am anticipating is Upgrade by Blake Crouch. This comes out July 12th, my dad's birthday. And I actually have an arc of this on NetGalley, so I'm hoping to get to it really soon, but I've since read two Blake Crouch novels. So I've read Dark Matter and Pines. I enjoyed both of them immensely. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed by this one either. I mean, Blake Crouch is another tried and true author. I think everything he has written has been a pretty big hit. So I am excited for this one as well. Love me some sci-fi, love me some genetics. So I think this should be a good time. The next one I'm looking forward to comes out August 23rd, the day after my birthday, and that is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I read The Love Hypothesis back in February and really enjoyed it. I am expecting similar things for Love on the Brain. As I've mentioned a couple times on my channel, I just really love when women in STEM get to fall in love. Like, just let's go women in STEM. And I think especially just having that kind of women in STEM representation is really cool. And I think this will just be a fun, fluffy romance. And for, around my birthday, a fun, fluffy romance sounds great. The next one I am looking forward to also comes out August 23rd, but is a very different vibe from Love on the Brain, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I am currently mid-binge into the Poppy War trilogy, so I finished first two, they're done, and I am a little over halfway through The Burning God, and I am obsessed. I love R.F. Kuang's writing. I think she is a freaking genius. And so at this point, if I enjoy Babel, I think R.F. Kuang might be my new favorite author. I'm just gonna auto buy everything from R.F. Kuang from now on. It is a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I'm not much of a dark academia girly, so we'll see how I like it, but I have a lot of faith that I will enjoy it. And I have pre-ordered this one. I should be getting it when it comes out. The next one I am looking forward to is Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes. This comes out September 15th, and this is another one I've pre-ordered. I've actually pre-ordered the Waterstone special edition with like the sprayed edges and everything, and I am really looking forward to that. But Natalie Haynes is a classicist writer, so she writes, Greek mythology things. I recently read 1,000 Ships, which is a Trojan War retelling. I am planning on reading Pandora's Jar soon, which kind of focuses on women in Greek mythology and the role they play in Greek mythology. And Stone Blind is the story of Medusa, which I am so excited about. I think a feminist retelling of Medusa is gonna be so cool and probably heartbreaking given, Medusa's eventual end, but I'm really excited about it. I think there's there's a lot you could play with here depending on which direction the story goes. Even if Medusa is, you know, a villain the entire time, I think that could be really cool to follow along with. I just think there's so much opportunity and to make this a really juicy, fun, cool story. So I very excited about this. Especially, like, I love Greek mythology retellings. Big Greek mythology girly. A lot of Greek mythology is either a Hades and Persephone retelling or a Trojan War retelling, and don't get me wrong, both of those things, I understand why. I think Hades and Persephone, very documented story. Trojan War, obviously very documented story, but it's nice to see someone kind of stepping outside the box a little bit with still a pretty well documented story, but not the same two we keep hearing over and over again. The next one I'm looking forward to is A Dragon's Promise by Elizabeth Lim. This comes out August 30th. So this is the sequel to, I guess it's not in frame, but it is the sequel to, what is it? Six Crimson Cranes. Anticipating might be too strong of a word for this. It's more like hesitantly optimistic. I read Six Crimson Cranes for the Shelf This Book Club back in January, and I enjoyed it, and I think had it been just a standalone, I think I would have been fine with that. And so this sequel coming out, I'm a little nervous to see where it goes and what's going on. I mean, this is a YA book, and I am almost 30. Take my opinion with lots of salt. I am a little nervous as to where this is gonna go, but I'm definitely gonna read it. I'm gonna check it out. I wanna know what happens. Six Crimson Cranes, I enjoyed it enough that I wanna give this sequel a shot. The next read I'm looking forward to comes out September 6th, and that is The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell. I read Hamnet by her, again for the Shelf This Book Club, and I can't remember in which month I read that. I enjoyed it, but I don't really have a lot of appreciation for Shakespeare, and so I didn't enjoy it as much as I probably could have, given, you know, I enjoyed Maggie O'Farrell's writing. I think they did a really good job of making you feel immersed in the history and the story and everything else. So I think I'll just get into this one a little bit. So this one focuses on Lucrezia? I think so. Lucrezia de Medici. Lucrezia de Medici, and she is a nobleman's daughter living her life in 1500s Florence. She is a third daughter, so she doesn't really have any expectations of her, or just kind of gets to live her life, do her own thing. And her older sister dies before her marriage to another Florentine nobleman, and so Lucrezia is forced to take her place as the bride in this negotiation between her father and this other random nobleman. I have high hopes. Renaissance, that's not Renaissance. Renaissance is like 1700s, isn't it? I don't know. Is this medieval history? I don't know what technically 1500s Florence falls into history era wise, but it's not an area of history that I am particularly comfortable with, so I am excited to learn more, and I am excited to pick it up in September. This next one also comes out on my dad's birthday, July 12th, and that is Ymir by Rich Larson. This is a sci-fi retelling of Beowulf. That seems very interesting to me. That definitely caught my attention. I would really love to read more sci-fi, and I think Beowulf is just such a classic story. Like, I don't know, it seems really cool. And I have an arc of it on NetGalley, so let's go. The last book I want to talk about comes out September 6th, and that is Ithaca by Claire North. I was just talking about how I wanted to read Greek mythology retellings other than the Trojan War, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not out here writing Greek mythology retellings, so I'm gonna take what I can get. And with this, I think there is kind of an interesting take to this one. Ithaca focuses on Penelope during the course of the Odyssey, so specifically you know, Penelope living in Ithaca, all of these random suitors trying to marry her so that they can take over the kingdom. So I'm kind of expecting, I mean, I don't want to put too many expectations on this book. I want to go into it with an open mind, but what I'm kind of envisioning is like Penelope is kind of a Circe-esque, you know, very cunning, very conniving, very loyal, trying to, you know, fend off all of these suitors, maintain the kingdom for her husband Odysseus, and I don't know, I think that is a little bit of an interesting take. We got a little bit of like kind of a Penelope perspective in A Thousand Ships by Natalie Haynes, and I think there's a lot more you could do with this character, especially staying in Ithaca itself, really delving into the politics of all these people trying to take over her kingdom. Again, this is one I'm more like hesitantly optimistic for. Like I said, I get a lot of Trojan War retellings in my life, and the Trojan War isn't necessarily my favorite part of Greek mythology. So I hate to end on kind of like, that was kind of a bummer one. I wasn't as excited about that one as I was about some of the other ones, but you know, it is what it is. That is a lot of the new releases I'm excited for in the second half of this year. Will I read them? Probably not, because I still haven't read all of the new releases from the first half of the year. But I'm at least excited about them. And I will probably go out and buy these books and support these authors because they have really cool things going on. So let me know any of your anticipated releases for the second half of the year down below. And thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.